Siamo a Bordeaux con Denis Bourdieu, uno dei più importanti enologi, winemaker del mondo. L'ultima vendemmia in Francia e in Italia nel 2012 è stata abbastanza complicata, in Italia per il grande caldo soprattutto, in Francia per la situazione opposta, freddo e grandi piogge. Questa del 2013 in entrambi i paesi, quella che si sta avvicinando, sembra difficile invece per lo stesso motivo, ovvero l'abbondanza d'acqua e il maltempo che è imperversato fino a questo momento. Qual è la differenza di approccio che c'è in questi due paesi nella sua esperienza?
Speak about weather is endless. You can do that every day, and but we are under the sky, and in the taste of the wine there is not only the soil, the vine, the terroir, but the climate of the year. And we are in Europe, in Atlantic or Mediterranean climate, and from one year to another this climate change. And there is also the trend of the climate change at the global level. So it's not an easy question, but it's a little bit like when you are on the sea and when you cruise, on when you have a race. Okay, the sea could be very smooth and the sky blue and no waves, and so it's a good cruise. But sometimes the sea can be rough and with a strong wind, and we must cross the sea as well. And but it depends on the boat and on the team, and moreover on the captain. So each vintage for us is a cruising. We must go from one point to another, from the winter to the harvest. And so if we have a skill, if we have the experience, and if we have a good terroir, we can afford some problem of climate. Like when you are on the boat, you can afford some problem of weather, of bad weather. So the situation is not tragic at all. Speaking about France, the situation in France, 2012 is not a bad vintage. It's not an average quality vintage. I talking about Bordeaux, for example, because the spring was rainy. Okay, this year as well, but the weather in summer was fine. And the rain arrives a little bit too much early in autumn, at the end of September and the beginning of October. Okay, but it's a normal situation. And if you are not able to cruise or to sail in under the wind, so you stay at the harbor with your friends, and you so you know it's a normal. We must be able to overpass this kind of situation. How? Having a very good viticulture with a lot of work in the vine, and having the grape, for example, able to ripe completely, even if the weather is not perfect, because the world is not perfect. And for example, comparing 2011 and 2012 in Bordeaux. In 2011, the spring was very hot, abnormally hot, and the summer was more or less cold, and the autumn warm again. So it was an abnormal situation. And we succeeded to have a good quality for the best terroir and the best estate. But in 2012, it was exactly the contrary. We have a wet spring, a good summer, and a rainy autumn. So it's okay, but we must be able to do that. And if you compare the 2012 and the 2011 in Bordeaux, my opinion is in many cases the 2012 is better than the 2011, which was not so bad. Talking about Italy, hot season, no rain, especially in the center of Italy. No, not in Sicily, no, especially in Toscana and so on. Okay, but if you can have low yield, good work on the soil, perfect viticulture, you can overpass these things. I am consultant, for example, in Barolo Barbaresco, and I can tell you that the 2012 is a very good vintage, and in my opinion, more or less better than the 2011. No, so what is amazing, it's that every vintage is different, and the climate of one vintage is not absolutely a tragedy if it's not the weather we hope, like every day of our life.